Okay, and welcome to another episode here at this YouTube channel. My name is Tom, and my call sign is Lima Bravo 6 Quebec Juliet. Okay, so today episode I really want to talk about the DMR radio, the Anytone DMR radio that I got a while ago, and I wanted to not make a review because I'm not an expert at this, but I really want to give my thoughts on it, on what I think about Anytone. So the Anytone that I got is the D. No, it's the at-d578uv2 plus model. Basically, the model with the green button on, because you can actually store a lot more memory in it. Okay, so what do I like about this radio? Well, it does has everything that I want for a beginner radio. It has DMR, it has UHF and VHF, analog and digital UHF VHF, and it does has GPS and ish GPS, and I also have a APRS system, which I think it is very great. The building quality is very robust. I think you also have replaceable battery. You have like a clip here, which I use sometimes to carry the radio on the belt clip. I think it is kind of cool. Looks cool too. And it also has programmable buttons and all that kind of stuff. It has a beautiful LCD screen that I can have like different information on, and two subchannels, and transmit power and anything like that. And the push to talk button. What do I like? You have to kind of hold it a little bit hard to broadcast on it, but I think it's pretty okay. You have a detachable antenna. You can take it off, replace it to whatever you want to do. You can replace the battery, and what they also saying is that you can purchase extra batteries and place just the battery into the docking station, and you can just charge the battery without have it connected to this default this radio. So it is many things that I do like about this radio, but there are also some things I don't like. And most of that is related to the software, the CPL software. I believe it is called that. Um, CPS, the CPS software, the code plug software. Um, why they call it the code plug, I don't know, but I think it is a stupid idea. Um, but that's what I think. I think it is unnecessary complicated. I work in the IT here, so I know a lot about computers. I think I do, but I kind of get an understanding of how you do stuff in here, because and it's a nightmare to search for things because you just cannot search for anything. You kind of like have to know everything, where everything is located. So I got my code plug from a guy named in L.A. Famia, Lima Alpha 5 Mike India Alpha. He lives in Sonnersjön, and he is really smart guy. I talked to him on the email, and what he's trying to do is sort of like standardize everything, so everything will be like everyone has the same code plug thingy. Actually, I think it is a genius idea, because I talked to a guy down in South. He also passed his license, and he has a different code plug that I couldn't understand at all. So I had to like dig through both of the code plugs in order to find a channel where we could talk to each other, and still we're not able to talk to each other. So it's like a weird thing. But as far as I understand on this stuff, so what you do in the this CPS software, the cold plug software, I think it's called, is that um, you find a channel that has the true DMR ID. You put the name in, and then you make a channel based on that DMR, and you specify that this DMR ID channel you contact with these types of settings, and you take that channel name and you connect that to a zone so you can actually use it. So you kind of have to do things in many steps in order to get this to work. But I think that's how you do it. And if you want to like search in here, as far as I understand, you cannot do it. If I go into the contact talk group and I go to the channel DMR ID, which is 2426, I cannot click on that channel to see to that talk group and see what channel in here that contact group is used. I haven't figured that one out, how to do that. And I don't know if like this channel here, or Drammen 650 channel, what zone this one is connected to. It's just impossible for me to know that. So that's what I don't like about this software at all. I just don't like that. But there are some stuff that it is good at, because you can literally change every single settings about the radio. So optional settings, you can what you can set it to what to do when it is booting on. So I have like a custom bar, so it shows my call sign and my name. You can also have a password when it boots. You can have default start channels. I have a DMR server. I should probably switch it over to hotspot because I have a hotspot now. I'm also using a FM repeater now, so that's important for me. The display, what the display will do, the GPS, the VFO scanning, and there are a lot of settings you can put in here. You can also put in the sensitivity on the microphone, because some people has a low voice and some people has a huge voice. And I think that's a great plus, that you can adjust your volume on the microphone. I think that's a great thing. Oh yeah, it does come with some FM, so you can like listen to local radios and stuff like that. It does work. I have used it, and as I mentioned earlier, you can program every single button in here, because one button has a short press, and also the same button has a long press. So depending on how long you're holding it in, you can have a different function. So here, if I'm holding the long key time in for more than 1 second, something will turn off. In this case, I believe it is the GPS that is on and off on this one. So yeah, it is a lot of stuff you can do, and I really do like this. I think I personally I think a great choice when I purchase this radio. And I will also here's the Pi-Star system. I will also purchase the there is a radio. Uh, that's the d578uv, and that's a radio I want to purchase for my car. It has 60 watt power to it, so I think that will be very very good. So it is Anytone, so it is and it will be familiar to me. Same setup, but it is a different cold plug. And that is also what I don't like is that even though you have almost identical software, you still have to have a different software for each different model of the DMR radio. That's what I don't like. They really should have focused on having all of their radio consolidate into one software instead of many software. That's my personal opinion. I think a lot of radio amateurs out there, and also those people are using this radio for hunting and stuff like that, also are agreed to um, is this software. It's not been able to be used in many types of radio, only to D875 V2 radio. There are some Linux options out there because I am a huge fan of Linux, and particularly when it comes to using in the radio amateur world. And I really think Linux, and particularly Ubuntu for my part, I like that flavor, has a place of heart of the amateur world. And when I purchased the radio, I was kind of a little bit disappointing because the Plus version does not is not supported by QDMR software that's in Linux. If you're having this one without the plus text basically, it can be supported. It is supported in the QDMR software that's in the repository to Linux. So I should have probably taken a very good look on that before I purchased the radio, because I think, and I strongly advocate for having the same software in Windows and Linux. Unfortunately, this time I'm not able to use Linux or Linux, as someone is saying it. I'm not able to use Linux for this radio, and probably not for the other one that I'm going to purchase in a couple of months. But that's okay. I can use this computer for that. Um, but it would have been cool to use the Linux laptop. Yeah. So here's just a few thoughts on what I think about Anytone. Is Anytone a great choice? Yeah, I think so. It is. It is a small device, 5 and 7 watt, 7 watt, I believe. Um, you can use, and yeah, it's a great beginner radio if you want to tinker. I think you can say that way. If you don't know how to tinker, you can always contact a guy out there that has some Anytone experience, and you might get his cold plug, and then you can just go to digital radio ID list and just replace the DMR ID number to yours, and also do that on um, analog APRS on how to do it, because yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, I think I told everything what I like about it and what I don't like about it, and I think you kind of like have an impression on how this Anytone would is. Will I recommend Anytone? Yeah, of course. I think it is a good option. I've been using it for about a month. I've been using like for like well, everything now. I've been using it for APRS. I've been using it for right now. I switched the APRS over to the phone. I think it's a little bit more accurate. Um, I've used VHF, UHF, analog and digital. and I also used DMR in with the hotspot, and I think the hotspot is phenomenal. Um, so very short about this. This is the hotspot that I got. I made a video about it, and I think if you are home and if you live like really freaking out there, you know what I mean, like in the district, this is very essential to have. It costs about $160 on eBay, and doesn't come with a charger or a manual, just the box and the antenna. So that's radio amateur for me right now. But I am saving up for other equipment. So I have an Anytone handheld radio and the hotspot, and I can basically just talk to anyone. Well, technically, I can still do that on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. But you now you know everything that there is to know, that I know about my impression of the Anytone radio. And with that, Lima Bravo 6 Quebec Juliet is signing off. Hope you liked the episode. Thumbs up or thumbs down. And with that, this frequency is available. Bye bye.